Good morning, drumheads. It's Little Drummer Boy here, and today is MAGA good news for the dates January 19th to today, January 31st, 2020. And first off, on the 15th, on the 22nd, President Trump and First Lady Melania, our very classy, elegant First Lady, celebrated their 15th wedding anniversary. And I've never had a wedding anniversary, so I'm not one to celebrate them much or things like that. I usually ignore that stuff on social media, but this couple has been through a literal, well, not a literal, but they've been through hell, so to speak, for our country. What the Democrats have put them through this last 3 years with the endless investigations and endless impeachment attempts and trying to take them out of office, running the coup against them, a soft coup, non-military coup. But yeah, happy anniversary to President Trump and Melania. Lord knows it's been tested very much these last 3 years. And pray for them. Pray for their family. Pray, I'm sure this isn't easy for Barron to take all the attacks on his father, who really he has so much. He really should look up to his dad because his dad is a hero. His dad has saved this country and our constitutional republic. The POTUS flew home from a very successful trip in Davos, Switzerland, where he pushed his America First agenda, on the economy and business and how things should be done on an international level with our friends. And and on Friday the 24th, President Trump became the first president to speak at the March for Life, which is just awesome. All the other conservative Republican presidents have done video messages. I think Vice President Pence spoke last year, but this year President Trump went and spoke there in person, and watch the videos. They're really great. And in the videos, you will notice Martin Luther King Jr.'s niece, Alveda King, is standing right behind the president as he spoke. And we all know that man of God, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., would have been right there on the stage, probably speaking with President Trump if abortion was legal in his lifetime, which, in all honesty, it's not legal anyway, because how do we make law? A bill has to go through Congress, be voted on by Congress and the Senate, and the president has to sign it into law. Y'all tell me when there's the Congress and Senate's ever voted to make abortion legal and the president has signed it into law. Don't give me this Roe versus Wade crap. The court can't make law. Abortion has never been made legal in the United States because it's never gone through Congress and the Senate. The president's never signed it legal. 60 million dead babies, and it's not even constitutional nor biblical to have done that. I would hate to be the judges that voted for that. And the great thing is, the ones that did, they've all answered to God for it now. They've answered to the real Supreme Court now. Also, on January 22nd, President Trump has declared January 22nd Sanctity of Human Life Day, which is awesome. He has appointed pro-life judges. He's cut Planned Parenthood funding by $60 million. And I don't think they should get a dime of our taxpayer money. It bothers me that they do. And some of the rhino Republicans caved on the budget and, kept the funding for them. I think President Trump would cut out every penny for Planned Parenthood if it was just up to him. Rightfully so. Even if they don't spend that money for abortion, why are we subsidizing them? And like Rush says, we can give it, and they'll say, we spend it on mammograms or birth control. First of all, they don't really do mammograms. But anyway, I heard on Rush they don't do mammograms or do very few. That's like a smoke screen. But they can say we're going to spend on birth control, this or that. But they can also rechannel funds around. It's a corporation. They can use that money where they want to, And we know from the videos where they were selling baby parts how corrupt they are and how, when it comes to money. And don't tell me those videos were heavily edited either. Watch them. Watch those videos. Then tell me they were heavily edited. Because I have watched them. And President Trump has allowed states to defund Title X. He has cut tax funding for abortion overseas. What on earth are we doing paying for abortions in other countries anyway? I don't even want to pay for them here, much less in other countries. It's ridiculous. As my Fruitland professor, Dr. Joe Hester, said, we are living in the theater of the absurd. And aren't we? It's getting more absurd out there every day, y'all, except for you guys. We deplorables are the only ones that have our sanity and common sense left. And most people that have the Holy Spirit, I don't know what's wrong with the other ones, but most people that have the Holy Spirit living in them are Trumpers too. The emblem of the Space Force was just announced recently. President met at the White House with the nation's mayors this week. Illegal crossings are down 79% as the wall is going up. Oh, this is big. President met at the White House with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Big Ben I like to call him, of Israel. And they laid out a new peace plan. Jared Kushner, the Jewish son-in-law of President Trump, he was responsible for the economic part of the peace plan, and it hasn't been signed yet, but it's been laid out. And they want to get it done before the elections because not only is President Trump up for re-election this year, but so is Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel. And in Israel, these men are great, heroic men who stand for country and stand for God and stand for the truth. And Big Ben is going through something similar in Israel to what President Trump's going through. The liberals are trying to oust him, So pray for both of these men. They really need our prayers. And President Trump on Tuesday, January 28th, President Trump held a rally in Wildwood, New Jersey. Now, what's significant about this? Okay, New Jersey's a blue state. I read they have 1 million more registered. I can't talk this morning. I'm not a morning person, y'all. They have 1 million more registered Democrats in New Jersey than they do Republicans. But Congressman Jeff Van Drew didn't want to be part of the impeachment overthrow coup. And so he voted against it, and he flipped to Republican. So President Trump went to his area, to Wildwood, a beach resort community, beach town in New Jersey. And get this, y'all, okay, we're talking about a blue state. I'm telling you, I predict President Trump wins all 50 states. He is doing so well. You have to be insane or a fool to vote against him because you'd be voting against your own self-interest. He's doing so well, and the Democrats have gone crazy. One of the best things about Trump, and this is just inadvertent, but he's driving the Democrats insane. Their inner demons are coming out. The crazy stuff they support and trying to impeach him constantly because he's so popular and doing so well. So get this, y'all. In blue state New Jersey, one of the most Democrat of Democrat states, basically, especially upstate New Jersey, is a suburb of New York City. Really, Connecticut and New Jersey are suburbs of New York City, let's face it. And then on the other side of Jersey, you've got Philly. So in the north, you've got New York, the north and east, and then in the west, you've got Philly. So they're kind of wedged between the two. But anyway, people were, the rally was on Tuesday. There were people out there camped out on Sunday to see President Trump. 158,000 tickets were given out. And keep in mind, Joe Biden had a New Jersey rally. 100 is only 175 people, not 175,000. 175 people showed up for Biden's rally, and it was so small. He actually did like a round table with them, a round table discussion with them. And yet Trump has an arena, packs out arena, thousands of people can't get in, 158,000 tickets given out. You know, I think the arena held, maybe I heard 17,000. So, I mean, and it was great for this little town of Wildwood, this beach town. All the hotels and restaurants and bars had closed up for the winter season. They all had to open back up because Trump was coming into town to speak, and they were all like booked up, you know. And people camped out in the freezing cold in New Jersey in January to see Trump. Let me tell you something. When the Democrats lose blue state New Jersey, they've lost the unions. They've lost the common man. They are done for. Stick a fork in them when they lose New Jersey. And they're going to lose New Jersey. I'm waiting for the AFL-CIO to come out and endorse Trump. Why would they not endorse him? I mean, he's brought thousands of jobs and lots of companies back to America. You got the lowest unemployment in 50 years, lowest minority unemployment ever, lowest female unemployment in 65 years. The unions, I can't imagine that they would endorse a Democrat candidate because no president's been better for the workers, the blue collar, the unions, the union worker than President Trump. So I may do another video on that actually. But anyway, that's just amazing that happened in blue state New Jersey. And then in New Jersey under Trump, 135,000 jobs have been added. 10,000 manufacturing jobs have been added, and unemployment has dropped from 4.8 to 3.5% in New Jersey. Promises made, promises kept. POTUS announced he signed the USMCA trade deal, replacing the disastrous NAFTA, which I'm from North Carolina, and my dad worked in furniture, and I've hauled a lot of furniture as a trucker and textiles. You know, we're like number one in furniture, among other things, poultry, bricks. We're one of the highest states in tourism. We got bricks because of our red clay. Shamefully, cigarettes and tobacco. But North Carolina leads the nation in a lot of things, and two of them were textiles and furniture, because we have the textiles because we have the cotton and being in the South, you know, and then the furniture, you need textiles and hardwood. So we had textiles and hardwood, so naturally North Carolina became a furniture giant, especially Hickory, where I was born 10 miles from here, and High Point, about an hour and a half east of here, they dispute who the furniture capital of the world is. It's in between those two cities, but NAFTA has just almost decimated the textile jobs here, and many of the furniture companies have gone out too. They're following suit with the textiles. I've hauled lots of Chinese furniture on containers to come into what used to be furniture plants, where now they're warehousing Chinese furniture. It's actually cheaper for us to ship the raw materials over to China on a container ship, have them build it, and then send it back here than it is to build it here. So, and of course, NAFTA didn't affect China, but NAFTA, because, you know, it wasn't part of North America, but just having Mexico involved in NAFTA killed jobs. So USMCA is a new deal that's going to be more fair to American workers. Video surfaces of John Bolton when he was in the Trump administration bragging about the call with Ukraine's president and talking about what a great call it was. So there goes the Democrat star witness. We have a video of him. No matter what his book says, we have video of him. Man, I know the Democrats hate video. They are all through this this farce. They're getting busted by their own words on video. I bet they wish that the movie had never been invented sometimes. Oh, there's that darn video again. um, President Trump, yesterday on Thursday, January 30th, President Trump visited an auto plant in Michigan and had a rally in Des Moines, Iowa. And under President Trump, 22,000 jobs have been added in Iowa, 13,000 manufacturing jobs, and they lost 2,000 manufacturing jobs under Obama, and President Trump has added 13,000 in Iowa. Unemployment in Iowa has dropped from 3.5 to 2.7%. And that's the MAGA good news for this week, y'all. Well, actually, I was a little bit behind, so it's actually the MAGA good news for about the last week and a half. And then, Lord willing, today, the Senate will end this impeachment sham coup attempt against our president. His lawyers have just been brilliant, and Adam Schiffface, he made up more crap last night. Just made up another conversation with President Trump and Putin. Never happened. He just made it up. How these guys don't have to take an oath or something? How did they not put Schiff in prison for perjury in the Senate? Lord have mercy. And then John Roberts, spineless coward that he is, he wouldn't read a Rand Paul question because Rand Paul mentioned the name of who they believe is the whistleblower. They don't know, so Rand Paul didn't say he was whistleblower, but he mentioned Eric Cimarola's name. And because that name was in there, Chief Justice Roberts wouldn't read it. He wouldn't read the question. And, like the ACLJ guy that's representing President Trump, what's his name? Anyway, like he said, the whistleblower protection protects the whistleblower from being fired. It does not protect them from having their name disclosed. The Constitution says you have a right to face your accuser in court. That includes the President of the United States in the biggest trial ever. And so if it's Eric Cimarola, if it's somebody else, the president and his counsel and the Senate have not only a right, but a duty to know who's making the accusations against the president. So it's absurd that Roberts inserted himself and wouldn't read Rand Paul's question, because the whistleblower is not given anonymity. They just can't be fired. So, I'm glad that Rand Paul afterwards had a press conference and said the name Eric Cimarola several times. And he said, I don't know who the whistleblower is. Schiff said he doesn't know. So he said, but everybody thinks it's this Eric Cimarola guy. So hopefully YouTube won't shut me down for saying his name. There's no law that says I can't. There's no law that, you can't tell who the whistleblower is if he is the whistleblower. Anyway, I'm done with that rant. Chased a rabbit, but it was good. All right, y'all. Give me a like. Give me a big thumbs up. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you like my content. And hit the bell icon so you'll know when I upload a new video. It's Little Drummer Boy, y'all. It's Little Drummer Boy. Y'all have a blessed day and a great weekend. Bye.